Hey y'all, it is your girl Cami Flowers. I am excited to be before y'all today. It is Tips Tuesday, where I come before you and just give you various different tips, whether we're talking about skincare, whether we're talking about personal growth, life hacks, or organizational tips, you name it. We're going to cover it here in your Tips Tuesday. But today we are going to be talking about how to apply the SMART goals method when it comes to wanting to work on personal growth. Y'all, in order to get where we are trying to get in life, we have to be willing to grow. We have to be willing to learn. And most of all, we have to be willing to work. And why do I say work? Because we have to be willing to put the work in to get this thing right. So what we are going to be covering is going to be very brief, but I promise you it's going to be good. And I'm excited about this because it is the lead way into one of the next segments or classes that I'll actually be teaching, where we are going to be doing a SWOT analysis on ourselves. That's right. We're going to be digging deep to get to the root of some things and doing a personal analysis on ourselves, because in this season we are going to become, if you aren't already, we're going to become self-aware. Okay, because we oftentimes, sometimes we get caught up in looking at what everybody else is doing and analyzing what everybody else is doing, but we're not taking the time to analyze self. So that is what we are going to be moving into. So for this Good Tips Tuesday, I'm going to be giving you a few tips based on the SMART goals method on how to work towards personal growth. And what is the SMART goals method? Well, it is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. That is how we are going to plan out these goals. So let me put my slides up here. So when you are working on a personal goal that you are wanting to set, we need to clearly define the goal instead of a vague aspiration like, I want to improve my life. Okay, but how do you want to improve your life? And so it says, for example, learn a new language or start a daily meditation practice. So we need to get out of the habit of saying, like it says, being vague about what we want, because if you're vague about it, that tells me either one or two things: you're just saying something to be saying it, or you're unsure about it, or you just don't really know what direction you're going. And so we are going to work to set goals to make sure we are clear on what it is that we are trying to do. Had to get those glasses off because the glare is not making me happy today. And the glare doesn't look good on the camera. Okay, so again, if you are wanting to set a goal, okay, so let's think about weight loss, because that's something that we hear a lot of people saying, especially around the top of the year. Oh, I want to lose weight. I want to, my resolution and all this, that, and other. Okay, so if you're wanting to lose weight, how much weight are you wanting to lose? Be specific about that thing. When do you want to achieve this by? What are you looking to do? Are you wanting to just tighten and tone? Or are you wanting to shape up? Be very specific about that so you'll know exactly what you need to do to get there. All right, so the next one. Measurable. Establish concrete criteria to measure your progress. This could involve tracking metrics such as the number of language lessons completed per week or duration of daily meditation sessions. And this example is built on, let me go back to the first slide when it gave the example of someone who may want to learn a new language or start meditating daily. And so I can take this as far as the meditating daily part. So one of the things that I wanted to do, I used to always say, I'm not a morning person. I don't like the mornings. I like to sleep in, so on and so forth. But I realized when I get up early in the mornings and start my day early, I get so much done. And so I started saying, I want to be a morning person, but I needed to be very specific in that I want to get up at 5 a.m. And when I get up at 5 a.m., these are the things that I want to do. So it's one thing to say you want to be a morning person and get up, but what are you doing when you get up? Because if you want to be more productive in your day, then you need to at least have a plan in place of what you're going to do when you get up. Otherwise, you'll do how I've done on some days, is I'll get up and I'll be piddling around and doing different things. And it's not necessarily the things that I need to get done. But before I know it, the morning is already kicked off and it's time to start doing the other things like getting ready for the day, getting my son up, and that sort of thing. So we need to make sure that we are very clear on what it is that we are trying to do. Achievable. Ensure that your goal is realistic and attainable given your resources and circumstances. Set yourself up for success by breaking down larger goals into smaller, measurable steps. Okay, so let's take this thing back to saying that we want to get healthy, we want to lose weight or whatever. So first of all, figure out how much weight it is that you want to lose. Okay, and then don't go get it in your mind that, okay, say you want to lose 50 pounds. Don't get it in your mind that you are going to start working out on Monday and then by Sunday that you're going to be reach half your goal or you're going to knock a big dent into your goal. Get that out of your mind. The first thing you need to do is set realistic goals. Say you want to lose maybe 5 pounds a month. Whatever it is, I don't know how, what's doable for you, but make sure that you are breaking those goals down in smaller chunks. And then also, losing weight is not just about working out. It's not just about eating. It's a combined effort. So make sure that you are setting yourself up to where you may not have the funds to go join a gym, but you can have the gym experience at home. And how do you do that? Well, there's a couple of different things. You can go to that good old YouTube University. And even Netflix, if you are subscribed to Netflix, they have some awesome workout videos on there. But even on YouTube, there are so many different videos, whether you're into yoga, Pilates, HIIT workouts, which is high intensity, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, they have videos all the way from quick 10 minutes all the way to 30 to 45-minute workouts. Figure out a time in the day and commit to it. Figure out a time in the day and the type of workout that you are going to do. Start simple and commit to it. And even if you decide not to work out at home, you can go on a 30 to 45-minute walk, whether that be in the day during the morning, whether it's on your lunch break or in the evenings. And, you may have to make it a family affair. If you have children, go ahead and take the kids on a walk with you. Do what you have to do to make sure you get it in. And again, if it is a matter of budget, like you want to go to the gym because you want to be able to have access to the weights and things like that, well, you know what? Five Below. I've mentioned this in one of my other videos. Five Below has various different workout items, from the little dumbbells to the other little weights and things like that. They have the resistant bands. Now I'm going to tell you, it is Five Below. So some of the stuff is going to be Five Below, meaning it's not going to be high quality. Now the dumbbells and stuff like that, the weights that I have, they are of good quality and they do what they need to do. The resistant bands, they still get the job done, but you can tell they're not of a great quality, but nonetheless, they get the job done. And this is not, you have to keep in mind that you have to start somewhere. So go to Five Below, get what you need, and handle your business. Okay. They have yoga mats as well. And the little water bottles, everything that you need to create you a little home gym experience at home, they have it. And again, Five Below. So get you a couple of pieces here and there, work it out in your budget to where if you want to set aside $20, go in Five Below and get you a couple of little items to start with. You have to start somewhere. Okay. So make sure you are breaking down your goals, setting them up, being realistic. And if you are a planner like me, even take it a step further and look at the meals and the snacks and different things that you are going to be consuming. One of the things that I had to do is even right now, every once in a while I'll buy snacks for me, but when I go to the store to get snacks, I only get things mainly for my son. That way, if it's not there, I don't have to worry about eating it and so on and so forth. What I do is buy the stuff that I enjoy. So in the beginning, what I would do is get cucumbers. Even though I don't always like munching on cucumbers, I knew the health benefits that they had. One of the things that I absolutely love is watermelon. During the summer, I will take watermelon over anything. And that is one of the things that largely contributed to me being able to drop weight at the rate that I dropped it, is because I was consuming so much watermelon. So all the benefits that watermelon has, on top of the fact that it contains so much water. it was a great help to me. But set yourself up for success. Get the snacks that you enjoy, but that are also healthy. And, set your goals in, large or smaller so that you can make sure that it is manageable. And the one thing I want to say before we move on to the next slide is do not beat yourself up when you don't hit the mark. Every day is going to be a new day. It may be new challenges, different things like that. Give yourself some grace. Okay. Give yourself some grace. You're not going to get it right. I have days where I don't get it right. I have made sometimes it be a whole week where I don't get it right. Ladies, our bodies go through transitions. If you are anything like me, we have moments during that time where you're PMSing and stuff and your appetite tends to fluctuate and things like that, and you find yourself eating more. Put yourself in a position where if you know that this is how your body responds during that time, get the things that even though you're eating what your body needs. Okay. That is just my tip for that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next slide. Relevant. Align your goal with your values, aspirations, and broader life objectives. Ask yourself why this goal matters to you and how it contributes to your personal growth and fulfillment. So I want to make sure that if you are in the health along the health and wellness journey, make sure that it is you're doing it for you. I don't want you doing it because you are wanting to just because you're wanting attention or you want to turn heads or whatever. I want to make sure that you're doing it for you and that this is something that aligns with your objective. For me, I did it not only just for me, but I also realized that I was too young to be battling the health issues that I was battling, such as high blood pressure. One of the last doctor's appointments I went to before I begun my health and wellness journey, they were talking about, my cholesterol. And I'm like, no. No, no, no. Because the first thing the doctors want to do is start throwing a bunch of medications at you. And that's just not for me. I am a firm believer, and I say this with caution because I don't want anybody going to just throwing your meds away. I don't want anybody, doing anything that's going to potentially hurt you. But I am a firm believer that there is a natural cure for everything, every disease, every ailment, like everything that there is. It's just a matter of you finding what your body needs and putting in the work, doing the research. But if you are looking for a holistic approach, whatever, consult with your doctor. First, that is my disclaimer, consult with your doctor. But anywho, I did started my journey because I wanted to make sure that I'm doing everything I can to be around for my son as long as possible. Now, I know the word tells us nobody knows the days nor the hour. We don't know when our time is up, but as long as I can do what I can do to control this thing, I'm going to do it. There is no sense of me being in my 30s or 40s and checking out of here because my blood pressure took me out because I'm stressing over foolishness. And things like that. Like, get it together. Make sure that what your goal is aligning with what your values are. Make sure that you are doing it basically for the right reasons. Okay. Time bound. Set a deadline or a timeline for achieving your goal. This adds a sense of urgency and helps prevent procrastination. For example, aim to achieve fluency in a new language within 1 year or establish a daily meditation habit within 30 days. So make sure that when you are setting your goal that you are making sure you put a deadline on the thing. So if you're saying, I just want to lose weight. Okay. How much weight do you want to lose? And what amount of time do you want to lose this weight? Are you looking to lose a certain amount in a week? Are you looking to lose a certain amount in a month? Are you looking to lose a certain amount by a year? So this time next year, you plan on meeting your goal or exceeding your goal. What is it that you're working towards? Give yourself a timeline, because if you don't give yourself a timeline, like it says, you're going to end up procrastinating because you're like, okay, I got this goal and I'm working towards it, but I got time. I'm going to take my time doing this thing. No, let there be an urgency under your tail to get it done, because oftentimes when we keep putting stuff off, One thing that I have learned is to stop putting stuff off, stop procrastinating, stop sweeping it up under the rug, because whenever you lift up that rug or come back around to it, the problem is still going to be there. It's not going away. Oftentimes things happen in life and we think that we can just brush it off. No, if you brush it off, that thing is going to keep getting worse. It's going to keep growing. It's not going anywhere. There are some things that we have to just deal with. There is no getting around it. Okay. And if your health is one of those things that you are serious about, if your health is one of those things that you are wanting to improve on, you need to set a goal and be intentional about that thing. Okay. Because if you keep putting it off, and I understand what it feels like to be tired in your body, because trust me, over this last couple of weeks, I have felt tired like none other. It started with me being mentally drained, and then it went from me being mentally drained to my body just being drained, and it took a lot out of me. It took for me to take a work trip out to St. Louis, and I drove up early in the morning, spent the day in the office, and then I ended up staying the night out, and I slept most of the day. I woke up on Saturday, and it was nice. It was warm outside. The sun was shining, and y'all know I'm a summer baby. I thrive in the warm climates when the sun is shining. It just refreshes me, renews me, and the extra sleep and just the rest and the quiet was what I needed to kind of rejuvenate myself. And I've been feeling wonderful since. But I know, sometimes we be tired, we be having a lot going on, but you know what? You have got to fight through that tiredness. Sometimes you have got to be determined, because I'm going to tell you what, I know for me, part of that exhaustion was just more or less, it was more or less like, I'm gonna just say it was more or less like a hindrance, so to speak, an attack, so to speak. I have a lot to do. So what can we do if to a person if we know that they got a lot to do and they are determined to make it? They are determined to do whatever it is that they need to do. We're gonna throw something in there, make them tired a little bit, keep throwing stuff at them to where it just wears them out or whatever. I know if it's for some of y'all that may go over your head and you may not know what I'm talking about, and that's fine. We'll get into that later. I just want to simply let you know, sometimes you have to push past what you are feeling. Facts are not feelings. My good friend Tammy R. Noble says it all the time. Your feelings ain't facts, boo. Okay, so you are going to have to press beyond how you are feeling sometimes to be able to reach that goal. Now, last night, I'm not going to lie, I had kind of got off of my kick of getting up early in the morning, handling business. And then that had started for me getting tired, and I started sleeping in the mornings. But as I started sleeping in the mornings, I was noticing I wasn't getting my workouts in the morning. I wasn't getting started on my work for my business and stuff like I needed to in the morning. And so a lot of things were starting to slack off. And I'm like, girl, you didn't came too far to be taking any steps backwards. You in the pace of running. I'm running, to get what I need to get done. And so last night, as I got through reading my word, I literally was praying, God, help me to get back to where I was, to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning to handle my business. Now, when the alarm clock went off at 5 this morning, I'm like, dang. I laid in the bed for a good 5 more minutes, but I'm like, girl, didn't you just get through praying, asking God to help you, and you woke now and you're not really feeling, how sometimes when you wake up, the alarm wake you up and you still feeling extra tired, all you want to do is hit the snooze and go back to sleep. Well, I was a little bit tired, but I was like, you just ask God to help you with this? And so I ended up getting on up so I could get some things taken care of and get ahead of the day. But I had to remember, like, I just got through praying for this very thing. It's not like God is going to come down here and personally snatch the covers off of me and yank me out of bed. No, he's going to help us. He's going to bring it back to our remembrance and remind us what we didn't pray for. But we got to do the rest. If we take a step, he's also going to take a step, but we got to be willing to put in the work. And that's the problem with a lot of us. We hear that word work and we get scared. Okay, but this thing ain't going to be easy. I want to encourage y'all, whatever it is that you are working towards your personal growth, whether it be like I said, losing weight, getting fit, whether it be like the example was showing, learning a different language, whether it is being more intentional about your prayer life, whether it is being more intentional about being more family oriented, whatever it is that your goals and your plans look like, be intentional and be willing to put in the work, because we can set and write a plan out all day long. We can sit and talk about it all day long. We can get it written out. We can get it typed up and put it on a calendar and make it look pretty all day long. But if you don't execute on that thing, all that work and that planning that you did don't mean nothing. Okay. So I love y'all. I hope y'all have enjoyed this Tips Tuesday as we talked about how to apply the SMART goals method towards towards our personal growth. Okay. So whatever it is that you're working on, again, be willing to put in the work. I need y'all to do something for me. If you have not already joined the Glow Confidently with Cami community, click the link in my bio or go to my website, www.camiflowers.com. You'll see it scrolling at the end of, at the bottom of the screen. I want you to subscribe to the community. Y'all, as business owners, I know a lot of times we get so caught up in the fact of, the free tools we use, social media as free advertisement and things as a platform to connect with our communities. We use it as a platform, to get our business out there and just to be known and seen and all that other good stuff. But y'all remember what was it last month, when Facebook and Instagram crashed, and then it was probably a year before that or whatever when it did it before that. Don't, as a business owner, don't get so caught up in the social media platforms that you are not taking the next step to make sure that you are getting your audience to subscribe to your list. Because what happens if these platforms crash and they're gone for more than a day or more than a week or whatever? You need to make sure that you can still reach your audience beyond Facebook, beyond Instagram, beyond TikTok, and so on and so forth. Okay. So I want to make sure, regardless of what's happening in these social media streets, that I can still love on y'all, that I can still reach y'all and get the information to y'all that y'all need. All right. Queens, my lovely mom bosses, I want y'all to be blessed and have a great day.